Greetings, friends, and welcome to episode 231 of the Projekt Gemineye update. It is January 1st, if you can believe it, 2025. We made it. Another year has passed, and we are on to the next year. I hope everybody out there had a great Christmas and a very happy New Year, celebrating with family and friends, or however you choose to celebrate this time of year. Myself, I had a pretty quiet and enjoyable Christmas. It was very relaxing. I actually did a couple of things that I used to do back in I wouldn't say in the old days, but a couple of things that I used to do regularly a few years back, which is in the evening times, especially Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve, even after the bell has struck midnight, I'd come home from whatever I was doing, whatever sort of functions or stuff like that I was doing, and I would watch Doctor Who. Doctor Who is something that's I associate very closely to Christmas for me and the whole holiday season. They usually have some fantastic specials on with Doctor Who. And I decided to pull out some of my old classic episodes and watch them over the last couple of days, over the holidays. And it was great fun. I'm a big fan of the second Doctor and as well as the 10th, David Tennant. I don't know if any of my supporters are Doctor Who fans, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were. I like sci-fi and stuff like that, and a lot of my sci-fi likings appear in some of my lyrics as well, so you can kind of see the connection. Now, what to talk about? Okay, so as I mentioned before, the mail strike is done. As you can see behind me there, you'll see a bunch of envelopes on the keyboard right there, those yellow envelopes. I'm starting to pack up the CDs to start sending them out for all you guys, so, give it a little bit of time and you should start seeing them appear in your mailboxes. The Canada Stories and Legends CD, that'll be coming out very soon. The vinyl, of course, it's still being worked on. The lacquers have to get cut still, and I'm just waiting for the booklet to get done from my good friend Jason over in the UK, and then everything will get sent over to Train Records. Excuse me, to Train Records, and and then it'll be all done. And once I get those in a few months, you will receive them as well. Of course, you'll see them here first once I receive them. So everything is rolling. Finally, thanks to the mail strike, really held up a lot of stuff. So again, CDs are starting to get mailed out over there. And here's the CDs in case of you haven't seen it. There's the CD, Stories and Legends. Turned out excellent. I love it. I listened to it. As you can see, I have an open copy here because I'm listening to it in my car. I'm enjoying the fact that it turned out so nicely on CD. I'm very happy with the mix and the master of this one. And I'm very looking forward to the vinyl version of it as well. Okay, so what's next on my list of topics? Well, there's 2025. What's going to be happening now? Well, as I mentioned before, I have another completed album already done, mixed, mastered, everything. I'll just have to get the artwork done and stuff. But that's, down the line a bit. But expect maybe 2 albums again this year because I'm just working on another one right now. And I approach this one a bit differently. Usually when I record a record, I do all the drums, all the bass guitars for every song, all the guitars for every song, blah, 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 till I have everything recorded, and then I start to mix it, and then I master it. This time around, I'm doing something totally different, inspired by a book that I read with Glenn Johns and Andy Johns, 2 famous record producers and engineers. And Andy Johns spoke about how when he worked with Van Halen on Unlawful Carnal Knowledge in 1991, I think it was, they worked on the record where they would record it, do all the vocals, do everything, mix the song, and then work on the next song. So I kind of doing it this way with this record. I wrote everything first, and then I worked on everything one song at a time, all the guitars, all the bass, keyboards, vocals, everything, mixed it, next song. So I got about 5 songs done that way. I'm probably going to do another 2 or 3 more, and I'll have enough for another record. That one I'll give you a little bit more details about later. And again, there's another record before that I already have done. So expect lots of music. That also comes to the fact that now that we're in 2025, there's going to be a 5-year anniversary of a couple of things that came out with Projekt Gemineye. Number 1, I have my handy dandy list. March 23rd, 2020 saw the release of Tomorrow is Another Date, which was the free compilation, digital only, that I put on the Bandcamp site, and which has been surprisingly, uh, you know, somewhat popular in the sense that it was free, so anybody can grab it whenever they want. I'm actually surprised that more people didn't download it because it is free and it has a lot of the good songs from the beginning, An Ordinary Day, up to book one. So there's a lot of great songs on there for you to check out if you want to have a release version of it where it's kind of like, like a best of, I guess you could say, or whatever. That's a good release to check out. It is free, like I said. You don't have to pay anything for that. And November 7th, 2020 saw the release of In the Year 3073 Book 2, which was, I think at this point, probably still the most popular record of my catalog as far as CDs sold. And vinyl, I always have 100 of them, so, and they always sell out. So how do I say that it's the most popular? Well, because based on digital sales and definitely on CD sales, a lot of people bought that on CD as well. And I'm guessing it's because there's a lot of guest play people on that as well. You had Lee Pomeroy from ELO and Steve Hackett and a few other great bands as well that he's involved with. Of course, it's slipping my mind now. Billy Sherwood of Yes is on it, playing bass. David Donnelly, who's played with numerous people like Glenn Matlock and so many people in the British music scene he's worked with. And of course, Joe Bailey, who's been with me for a lot of different things, not only in Projekt Gemineye, but in the Dark Monarchy as well. So that album was pretty popular, and that's coming up for its 5-year anniversary this year, coming up. And another thing that's going to have an anniversary this year is the Christmas Diary, which came out December 1st, 2020. The reason why I'm bringing this one up, besides the fact that there's an anniversary, is because the latest episode of the Progressive Alternative, which is hosted by Adrian Bell, who has his own radio show that he broadcasts over the internet, as well as I believe it also transmits on FM in the UK as well. I'm not exactly sure where he's based out of, but it is a proper radio station as well that he does his show on. And on his latest episode, which was like a sort of Christmas-based episode, he mentioned that he enjoyed the Christmas albums that I had put out and was disappointed that I didn't put out one this year. And it's true, I did not put out a Christmas album this year. The last one was Volume 5, and he did play Ice Highway off of that on his show a few weeks ago. But I am going to try this year to do another proper Christmas release as well. Now that I have another album done and another one pretty much almost done, and we're only in January, I'll have lots of time to make a Christmas record as well. I usually work on those around September, October, so it's a little ways away still, but I think I'll do one again this year. So there's 3 things you can probably look out for in this coming year. Of course, there's also the Dark Monarchy. I'm going to talk to Joe about that, see how our schedules all line up with that, because Joe, of course, will probably release a record of his own sometime this year. All these things have to be worked out and ironed out as well. And, of course, I also have my podcasts I work on, the Yes Music podcast with Kevin Mulrine. I also do the Kiss FAQ podcast as well. So busy, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I enjoy music in every which way, whether it's me recording it or talking about it with other people. Music is the center of my life and my existence. And I thank you all for supporting Projekt Gemineye and for supporting the Dark Monarchy and all the musical ventures that I do. 2024 has been a good year as far as that is concerned. The records did well again. There's still a few copies left of What's on Your Mind on vinyl. Not too many left. I think I'm down to about 10 or so. So if you want to get a copy, and this right now it's only at $25 Canadian plus shipping, so that's really cheap. And if you haven't ordered your vinyl copy of Canada Stories and Legends, there's still some available. Of course, I don't even have the records yet, but I'm almost sold out of it, if you can believe that, on vinyl. So if you haven't got a copy of that yet ordered, then you might want to go ahead and do that, because again, once it's sold out, I never really have reprinted anything except for an ordinary day, which I did a very limited run lathe cut version of it that turned out excellent. But you know, we'll see what 2025 brings. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, so that's what's going on for 2025. Thank you again for everything that's happened in 2024, and I hope everybody out there had a great Christmas holidays once again. So I'll leave it at that for now. And also thank you for everybody who checked out my top 10 albums of 2024. Yeah, over 100 people viewed that, which is great. I mean, I don't expect thousands or anything like that from my videos, but 100, I'm more than happy with that. So thank you for watching and for leaving comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be in a couple of weeks. So have a safe week and a weekend coming up, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.